Since the middle of last week, oil has been trading in the range between the levels of $92 and $94 per barrel, moving from one boundary to another. At the moment, the quotes are drifting around the lower boundary at the mark of $92 per barrel. Apparently, the asset will soon head towards the upper one, that is the level of 94. But it's not certain. The market will most likely break out of this range only after the European Central Bank holds a meeting. Its outcome is expected to have a negative impact on oil prices. There is almost no doubt that the European regulator will downgrade its economic projections, including those about the recession's length. And this may greatly affect forecasts regarding oil demand in the region. And in this case, oil prices are likely to dip below $90 per barrel, despite pretty high trading activity. Brent crude oil futures are still moving between the two boundaries, so the level of 92 acting as support and 95 serving as a resistance area. It can be assumed that this sideways move will result in an accumulation of trading forces in the market. This in turn will help determine the main direction after the price settles above or below the control levels. Gold is gradually losing value ahead of the upcoming meeting of the European Central Bank. An inevitable increase in interest rates is itself a behavior contributing to declining the value of the yellow metal. However, if the European regulator decides to keep the pace of monetary policy tightening unchanged, gold will immediately plunge below $1,600 per troy ounce. In the meantime, gold futures spent the previous trading day in a pullback, which eventually turned into a sideways move within the range of 1,643 and 1,655. The process is expected to trigger new price swings in the market, thus the best tactic is to trade with a view to breaking through one or another boundary of the range. In theory, this will make it possible to define the asset's further direction. The ruble remains steady. At the same time, there are still factors contributing to its gradual strengthening. This means that the situation has barely changed. If this keeps up, the dollar will slide to 60 rubles step by step. Probably this will happen exactly after the Bank of Russia Board of Directors meeting to be held this Friday. Its outcome will determine market sentiment for the near term, and from a technical point of view, the dollar-ruble pair seems to have formed a range limited by the level of 60.80 and 62. Perhaps this range-bound move will help accumulate trading volume, and this will eventually lead to new price spikes when the sideways trend comes to an end. How we're going to be in the short term in financial markets, we will definitely tell you in our next news releases. Don't miss them and stay up to date with us. See you soon.